According to Google, it's 78% of former NFL players have gone bankrupt or under financial stress just 2 years after retirement.
Yeah. So you're Roger
I
Goodell.
think. I mean, yeah,
What
I'm
do you
Roger
do?
Goodell.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have to do anything. Why? As Roger Goodell, why would I have to do anything? It's on those guys. It's not on Roger
That's
Goodell.
one way to look at it, but they're your employees who are making you millions of dollars.
And that
And they've already
employees,
have like
that
the
employees,
not the NFLPA, but they've already have these programs in place.
Yeah, they have
and
have
obviously
programs.
they're not working to the extent
but for
to
the
which
NFL
we would like them to work. And
It's-
so
it's
my
a-
question is, how can you?
I think
improve
it's
it?
if it's on the team, it's on the individual teams. You can't look at that statistic in the aggregate. I know that the Titans do a really good job. They started out with a payment schedule that they amortize over the course of the year, or longer than just the 3-4 months of the season, and that's helped a lot of guys, become financially aware of their situation. It's not on NFL. It's not on Roger Goodell. It's not on the NFLPA. It's on the players. Like you go seek out that information, and that is time consuming to be playing in the league and to have all those responsibilities. But you got to seek out that information, and I don't even think the financial advisor is the panacea. The end all cure, the cure. It's you got to attain that knowledge yourself.
It's so easy to say from the outside, but these are 21, 22-year-old guys who come from backgrounds that I didn't necessarily come from, low-income neighborhoods and so forth, and you get your first taste of millions of dollars, and I mean, I can only imagine how that feels, where it's just insane, and all your boys, like, part of it's not even, there's this whole perception where it's I'm going out clubbing and I'm spending X amount of dollars, which happens a lot, right? You're buying the jewelry and all that.
Yeah, come on,
But-
bro. That happens all the time.
No doubt, it happens a ton, but I think
$75,000 chain. Your game check was
no doubt, but I think the point I was
you're
the point I was trying to get to is like your family member is coming up to you and I want cash and I need this.
yeah. That's the
and
tough part.
An
Family's
uncle
the tough
wants to
part.
invest in something, Bitcoin, Doge, whatever.
Doja.
I think you brought up last time we were chatting too about was Brandon Marshall, the receiver, and they're having that
Their whole
one.
little thing.
Yeah, I like their podcast.
I just meant that the one thing I've only seen was what you're talking about right now when they're talking about it.
Oh,
Wasn't
they were
their
talking about
misspending?
it.
It's everyone
Family.
coming up with these business ideas and all this other shit. They
Right.
come to you and you then. But
It's hard to say no. It becomes a problem with saying no.
I respect those dudes on that show, but quite honestly, they aren't the ones that really go broke. Like that's like
They could.
they could, but they aren't the ones. Those are the second contractors. Like
Oh, because you're saying they're so successful in the NFL.
yeah, like
Dude, anyone can go broke. Floyd Mayweather's damn near broke.
yeah, no, absolutely. I call it that, by the way. I also thought AB was, but it seems like he's got his head back on his shoulders.
Yeah, the AB one's kind of weird, but
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like if you sign that second contract and you play, 3-4 years after that, and you got to also define what going broke is. But like it's the guys that spend a year or two in the league and spend
That's a problem.
or spend a year in the league playing, or maybe more, but spend 3-4 more years after that trying to stay in the league. Like going home, getting called to training camp, going home, getting practice squad, spend 2 weeks on practice squad, going back home. Like those missed earnings throughout those years, those are the players that end up going broke. Like they made, okay, cool, they made, $800,000-$900,000 from, being activated for 2-3 games and then being on the practice squad, over the course of a year or 2 years. But then for the next 2-3 years, all that dwindles away.
Yeah. You have no income for 2-3
Yeah,
years.
yeah, exactly.
Just
or
straight
little
expenses.
or little
Your
income.
training.
Yeah.
If you have kids,
Yeah.
your family.
And it's cool. Like you played on the active roster for 2-3 games, made two $50,000 checks, prior to taxes, and then played on the practice squad for the rest of the time there. Like that's a cool amount of money. Yeah. You do that for 2 years. Like that's a good start.
No doubt.
But if we retract that, you're really not making anything if you're trying over 5 years. And your spending habits, align with guys that are making $14 million. Like freaking Tyreek was making I don't know $1 million a game probably. I think. Let's not even talk about Pat.
That's so dumb. Yeah.
2.6, $2.7 million a game.
He's on something different.
A game.
He's on something different.
A game.
Imagine
Think
getting
about
home and just
that.
being
They're
like,
not
good day today.
right.
Direct deposit hit $2.6 million.
Good day today.
What in the world,
That's
bro?
I just want to get that notification.
$2.6
Yeah,
million
yeah.
a game,
He's on something different, and he's like 24.
bro. He thought I was super young too.
Really?
Yeah, we had this situation where Tyron was catching punts. I was like, oh snap, Tyron! Like, 'cause usually I'm catching punts for any type of period, and I was like, Tyron, dang, bro, like you can catch punts really well. And Tyron was like, bro, do you know who I am? Like, I'm an All-American punt returner. You know who I am? And all the coaches are, chiming in like, bro, he doesn't know who you are. He's the rookie. Like, I'm like, honestly, I didn't know you caught punts. And then Pat was like, man, give him a break, man. He's a youngster. And one of the other coaches was like, Pat, you're only a year older than him. You just make a ton of money.